then you've got to understand that you got it made, and you should be happy as fuck.
What's up, my hippies? It's me, Emily, and today I'm going to be talking about some vegan products you can use to swap out your non-vegan products. I remember when I first transitioned to being vegan, I felt like I was lost. I felt like I didn't know what products were going to be good, what products were going to be worth purchasing, and it was kind of scary for me to jump into that lifestyle and trust that these products were going to satisfy me. I understand like how it can be a scary process for some to transition, which is why I like making videos like this about vegan products and kind of sharing what I love and the brands that I love and that have kept me from going back to eating meat and cheese and all of that. I feel like a lot of the time we get so used to eating what we've grown up eating, and it's really hard to find substitutes that are going to take place of that. So I totally understand that. I love educating people on veganism and just supporting like any kind of change that people want to make. So whether you're fully vegan or trying to be vegan or just vegetarian or having like meatless Mondays, I think all of it is amazing, and I think it's all helping the animals and helping the environment. Okay, we're gonna talk about ground beef here for a second. So a lot of people like to cook tacos and spaghetti and use ground beef in those recipes, and it was really hard for me to find substitutions that I liked. But over the past couple years, I think I found a few products that I really enjoy and that I'd be more prone to purchasing over and over and over again. They are products that I would compare to ground beef and being like similar in texture, similar in taste. They're obviously not going to be a spot on replacement for ground beef, but I feel like when you're transitioning to being vegetarian or vegan, these products are perfect for that. So I'm gonna kind of do them in order of cheapest to most expensive. The cheapest brand of meatless crumbles that I love is by Lightlife, and Lightlife is a really inexpensive brand. You can find them at most grocery stores. It's super easy to cook too. You can cook it in the microwave or you can fry it up in a skillet with some oil, and it does taste really, really good. It tastes really yummy. I've used it in pastas, I've used it in tacos, and it's a brand that I will purchase when I need an affordable meatless crumble. The next brand is Gardein. Now, Gardein is a pretty widely known company by now. They make a lot of different meatless options. One of their most popular ones is their meatless crumbles, which was the very first kind of meatless crumble that I had ever tried. And I used it a lot in tacos and pasta as well. And it's a brand that I've grown to trust and repurchase again and again and again. And their meatless crumbles are really, really good. On the more expensive end, we have Beyond. So Beyond has since made like a meatless ground beef. It's perfect ground beef. You can make them into hamburgers, which is really cool, and they taste really good. I think Beyond, out of any of these brands, they do taste the most like ground beef. However, they are the most expensive. So if you're looking for the most expensive option or the product that's closely related to meat as possible, then Beyond is where it's at. However, if you're looking for like the more budget side of things, you're gonna wanna go with either Lightlife or Gardein. We're gonna talk about some cream cheese here. So I was a cream cheese lover when I was not vegan. I had a bagel and cream cheese pretty much every single morning. So that was something that was really hard for me to give up. And for the longest time when I was vegan, there wasn't a really good vegan cream cheese out there. So what I would do instead was I would use avocado, like mashed up avocado. I would put some salt and pepper on there, and it would kind of take place of cream cheese. That's the most cheapest option out there. What I did if I was not satisfied with the avocado and I wanted something more was do hummus. Hummus on bagels is really good, really yummy. Doesn't taste like cream cheese, but it tastes really good with bagels. So avocado, hummus are the cheaper options. Now, at one point, I found this brand called Kite Hill in my vegan journey, and that changed the game for me. I was set in stone that I needed this product every single day, every single second of the day. It's Kite Hill vegan cream cheese, and that was the best vegan version of cream cheese that I had ever found. It was so good. They make all kinds of flavors. All of their flavors are really good. Trust me, I've tried them. And it's the closest thing to dairy cream cheese that I have found, but it also is super expensive. I think they range in price from about $5 to $7 depending on where you buy them from, which for me, it's a good splurge if you're craving cream cheese. I just don't know if it's worth it to buy on a regular basis. So if you're looking for a vegan alternative to cream cheese that is on the more budget-friendly side, avocados and hummus are the way to go. All right, creamer. If you're a coffee drinker like me, creamer is essential, okay? Unless you like your coffee black, which is totally fine. I have to have some kind of creamer in my coffee or else I cannot drink it. And my go-to creamer is the almond creamer by Silk. I love it. It tastes so good. They come in different flavors too. They have hazelnut, sweet cream, and vanilla. They are on the pricier side, so they range in price from about $3 to $4 depending on the store. But in my opinion, it is a staple in my life. Now, if you want to go on the cheaper side of that, you don't want to go out there and purchase like a really expensive creamer, you can just use almond milk, cashew milk, and maybe some like agave or sugar in your coffee, which I do that sometimes as well. But if you're looking for a really good creamer, let me tell you, Silk is the best and most affordable. There are other brands out there such as Califia. They aren't as tasty as Silk, they're not as sweet, and they are a bit more expensive. So, budget-friendly option would be just to go straight almond, cashew milk. Mid-range is gonna be that Silk almond creamer, and then on the high end you have Califia, which isn't bad. It's just not as sweet and it's a little bit more expensive. All right, cheese time, my friends, cheese time. Okay, there are 3 brands of cheese that I'm in love with right now. Now, none of these are necessarily cheap. Let me just say that. Vegan cheese is not cheap. Vegan cheese is quite expensive in my opinion. However, the cheapest of them that I like is gonna be Follow Your Heart. I love Follow Your Heart. They have so many different flavors out there and they're just such a great brand. I love them. In the middle of the budget, we have this brand called Violife, and they have like a vegan feta. They have like vegan shreds. They have vegan American and vegan provolone, and all of which are really, really good, really tasty, and really comparable to Follow Your Heart, and really comparable to real cheese. And on the more expensive side, we have Chow by Field Roast. It comes in, I think, 3 flavors. I think it comes in like an herb, a garden herb. It comes in original. It comes in like a spicy pepper flavor as well. I've had all of the flavors and I really like them. I think they are most comparable to real cheese. However, they are on the more expensive side of the vegan budget here. Okay, chicken. Let's be real. When you go vegan, you kind of miss certain like tastes, I guess, and one of those is chicken. So we talked about ground beef, but I want to touch on chicken here for a second. I was never like a huge chicken lover. I don't know, I don't like the taste of like poultry, bird kind of taste. For me, it was finding like really good vegan alternatives for chicken that reminded me of the products that I was craving. I would say like on the cheaper end, we have Morningstar and Boca. So if you're craving like chicken nuggets or a chicken sandwich, Morningstar and Boca have some really good vegan products. Now on the more expensive end of the spectrum, we have Gardein again, and we also have this company called No Evil Foods. So Gardein has really great like orange chicken, they have great teriyaki chicken, they have great chicken tenders. They're really good for stuff like that. So if you're looking at like an actual stir fry meal or like an actual chicken substitute in a meal, they have great options for that. And then No Evil Foods has a great meatless chicken as well. It's really comparable to like pork even. You can make it in like maybe recipes that call for pork as well. I did a food review on that brand and it's one that I have purchased again and again because it does taste so much like chicken to me. Those are not going to be as cheap as like Morningstar and Boca. Those range from about $3 to $4, whereas Gardein and No Evil Foods are in the $7 to $8 ranges. Okay, so vegan butter substitutes. So butter is like not one of those things that you really think about as not being vegan friendly. Even like there are margarines out there that have dairy as well, but there are a few brands out there that I have found that are really tasty and really comparable to regular butter with dairy. On the cheaper end, we have I Can't Believe It's Not Butter. Yes, they do have a vegan version. I don't know if all of them are vegan, but at my Target there is a vegan plant-based version of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, and that is around $2 to $3 depending on tax. On the more expensive side, we have Earth Balance butter, which is a brand that I've used a lot of. I actually like Earth Balance butter a lot. I think the flavor is really nice. I think it tastes really similar to real butter. In my opinion, it's great for baking, it's great for frying foods in if you like to cook with it. It just has a really good taste and texture to it, but it is more expensive, so it's gonna be around $4 to $5 as opposed to the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter, which is around $2 to $3. I don't really substitute anything else. The main things that I substitute is like beef, chicken, creamer, butter, cheese, cream cheese. Sour cream is one that I do substitute every once in a while. I'm not a huge like sour cream lover. However, it is nice to have sour cream, you know, in like Mexican American style dishes. So I like the Tofutti brand of sour cream. That is going to be the cheaper alternative if you're looking for a non-dairy substitute. They have a more expensive alternative, which is Kite Hill, and in my opinion it's not as good as the Tofutti brand. I really like the Tofutti brand and the texture, the taste of it. The Kite Hill one is okay, it's just not my favorite type of sour cream. Like I said, that's not like an essential, that's kind of just like an extra item that you purchase to go on top of things. I don't have any alternatives for fish, unfortunately. I'm not a huge seafood lover. I was never a huge seafood lover. It's not my favorite thing, and honestly I'm kind of scared to try vegan seafood and vegan fish. They do make it. There is vegan tuna, there's vegan salmon, there's vegan shrimp, there's vegan crab cakes. So they do have vegan versions of these fish items. I personally just have never tried them. Maybe I'll do a trying vegan food video on vegan seafood. Oh, that gives me like the heebie-jeebies though. I don't know if I could do that. But I don't have any like vegan seafood suggestions for you guys. But I do hope this video helped you guys out. If you're curious into getting more into veganism and maybe doing like a meatless Monday or cutting out dairy, I hope that these suggestions helped you guys in your journey. I think it's really important to be educated on why the meat industry, the dairy industry is harming our bodies and harming our planet, and to kind of be more conscientious about the things that we're putting into our body, not just for our body's sake, but for the sake of the entire world that we live on. My goal is to suggest products that I love and that I know that other people will love as well. So I hope this was helpful. I tried to pick some that were on the cheaper side and some that were on the more expensive side, and that way when you're shopping and you see these products, you know that they're all still good, and you can maybe substitute with like a cheaper alternative if you don't have a lot of budget to spend on vegan food. Thank you guys for watching this video and being here with me today. If you guys did enjoy it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Friday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!